Good morning. Today we are going to study about salts. In this video we will study first of all definition of the salt, then types of the salt. So whenever we talk about the salt, in your mind one question is there, that common salt. Yes, common salt is also a salt. So different types of salts are there. In that one, this common salt is coming in normal salt category. So first of all, before starting the topic about the salt, we will use one term, basic radical and acid radical. Basic radicals. This term will be used here, basic radicals and acid radicals. Acid radicals. So in your mind, one question may be there, what are the basic radicals? Cations. Cations are called basic radicals. Cations are called basic radicals. So cations are positively charged ion. So these basic radicals are cations are positively charged ion. You must be thinking what are the basic radical examples. Just to see this Na plus NH4 plus Cu2 plus Fe2 plus Fe3 plus, many more are there. Means whatever the positive ions are there, whether they belong to the metal or non-metal, so all will be the basic radical. So just you see in this one, only one belong to the non-metallic category and others belong to the metallic category. So basically the metal ions are called the basic radicals. Then what are the acid radicals? These N ions are negatively charged ions. Negatively charged ions are called acid radical. Example here, you are familiar with carbonate, sulfate, hydroxide, chloride, nitrate, etc. Many more are there. These are called acid radical. So whenever we talk about basic radical, in your mind one question must be there, that we are talking about the cations. We are talking about the cations and these cations are called basic radical. When we talk about the acid radical, in your mind the question must be there, that we are talking about negative ions or anions. So in the simple way, cations will be the basic radical and anions will be the acid radical. Now we are coming to the topic. What is the today's topic? That salts are given. So first of all, what is a salt? A salt is a compound which is formed by partial or complete replacement of replaceable hydrogen ion of an acid molecule by cations or ammonium ion. This is the first definition. A salt is a compound. A salt is a compound which is formed. A salt is a compound which is formed. A salt is a compound which is formed. A salt is a compound which is formed by partial or complete. A salt is a compound which is formed by partial or complete replacement of hydrogen ions. A salt is a compound which is formed by partial or complete replacement of by a salt is a compound which is formed by partial or complete replacement of replaceable hydrogen ions of an acid molecule by cations or ammonium ion. This is called basic radical. So a salt is a compound which is formed by partial or complete replacement of replaceable hydrogen ion of an acid molecule by cations or ammonium ions. And these cations or ammonium ions are called the basic radical. Just now I have given you. So now the question is there in your mind that replaceable hydrogen ion. So I have told you in that for basicity of the acid, it is not the matter that how many hydrogen ions are present in a molecule of the acid. The matter is that how many replaceable hydrogen ions are present. The replaceable hydrogen ions are only useful for us. So one example for you. If you take sulfuric acid, in this sulfuric acid, 2 replaceable hydrogen ions are present or 2 replaceable hydrogen atoms are present. So if you prepare the salt by the partial replacement of this H plus ion, if you prepare the salt by the partial replacement of this H plus ion, so that salt, that will be the salt. Another way, you can prepare the salt, you can prepare the compound by the complete replacement of this H plus ion. So if you prepare any compound from this acid by the partial replacement of H plus ion or by the complete replacement of this H plus ion, so that compound will be called salt. So example for you, as you know this acid is there and I have taken here sodium hydroxide. This sodium hydroxide, less quantity is there. So what will form? This will form NaHSO4 plus H2O. So this sodium hydrogen sulfate is formed. Sodium hydrogen sulfate is formed by the partial replacement. This sodium hydrogen sulfate is formed by the partial replacement. Then it is given that complete replacement, salt is a compound which is formed by partial or complete replacement of replaceable hydrogen ion by metal ion or ammonium ion. So metal ion I have taken here. In the first one, that partial replacement is there. Suppose that if you take this sulfuric acid and if you take here 2 molecules, excess amount. So here both the hydrogen atoms will be replaced. So this will form Na2SO4 plus 2S2. So here you are getting the compound and these compounds are called the salt. So salt is a compound which is formed by partial or complete replacement of replaceable of hydrogen ion by basic radical. So the first one is formed by the partial replacement and the second one is formed by complete replacement. This is the first definition of the salt. Now the second definition. A salt is an ionic compound. A salt is an ionic compound when it is dissolved in water, when it is dissolved in water, when it is dissolved in water, it dissociates. It dissociates to produce H plus ion other than it produce positive ion. It produce positive ion other than H plus ion. It produce positive ion other than H plus ion and negative ion other than hydroxyl ion. The meaning is that if you take a salt and just you dissolve in water, if you take a salt just you dissolve in water, that will dissociate into the ions. And what they will give? They will give positive ion, but other than H plus ion. Means they will not give the H plus ion. If they are giving the H plus ion, then they will not be the salt. They will become acid. In the same way, this salt will give the negative ion, but they will not give the hydroxyl ion. Any other negative ion they will give. So that's why it is written here. A salt is an ionic compound. When it is dissolved in water, it dissociates to produce. Dissociate means breakup will be there. That salt is consists of positive and negative ion. So that will break into the positive and negative ion. That is called the dissociation. Association means combining. Dissociation means separating. So it dissociates to produce positive ion other than H plus ion, negative ion other than hydroxyl ion. So just you see is sodium chloride, when it is dissolved in water, it will break and it will give Na positive and Cl negative. So this Na positive, a salt is an ionic compound. When it is dissolved in water, it will give positive ion other than H plus ion, negative ion other than hydroxyl ion. So this is a salt. If you take acid, and when you dissolve in water, so it will give positive ion. Aqueous means aqueous, it is dissolved in water. If you take alkali, sodium hydroxide, just to dissolve in water, it will give Na plus and hydroxyl. So by this way, this is a salt. It is giving positive and negative ion other than H plus ion other than hydroxyl ion. So this is acid and that is base or alkali. If the salt is giving H plus ion, so that will not be the salt, that will become acid. And if it is giving hydroxyl ion, so that will not be the salt, it will become the hydroxyl, it will become the base. So that's why a salt is an ionic compound. When it is dissolved in water, it dissociates to give the positive ion other than H plus ion, negative ion other than hydroxyl ion. Because if it is giving H plus ion, this will become acid, and if it is giving hydroxyl ion, it will become base. So this is the definition of the salt. In the paper, if it is asked 1 mark question, you write only one definition. If it is asked 2 mark question, you write 2 definitions. Because for 1 mark, they will search for 1 point, and for 2 mark question, they will search for 2 points. Next one is types of salt. So next we are going to study the types of salt. Earlier, when this topic was in board and all the types of the salts were given, then every year they were asking the question. But now they are asking the question, but not that much important. So next one is types of salt. Types of salt. So types of salt, that 6 types of salts are given. So acid salt, second one is normal salt, third one is basic salt, then double salt, then mixed salt, then complex salt. So earlier all the salts were in the syllabus, but now only first 3 are there. So this is a syllabus, and this one is given as a reference. So reference means somewhere we will use, because in the 5th chapter we will study, the electrolysis. In the 5th chapter we will study the electrolysis. in the electrolysis we will study the complex salts. So for that purpose it is given. So first of all, acid salt. Acid salts are formed by the partial replacement of H plus ion. Acid salts. So first type of the salt, acid salt. So acid salts are formed. Acid salts are formed by partial replacement of H plus ion by basic radicals. This is the first point is given, that acid salts are formed by the partial replacement of H plus ion by basic radicals. So just you see, just I have shown you that sulfuric acid contains 2 hydrogen atoms. So if you take sodium hydroxide in less quantity, so this will form NaHSO4 plus H2O. So this one is acid salt. This acid salt is formed by the partial replacement of H plus ion. In the same way, if you take sulfurous acid, H2SO3, sulfurous acid, it contains 2 replaceable H plus ion. So if you take 1 molecule of sodium hydroxide, less quantity, this will form NaHSO3 plus H2O. This one is acid salt. So acid salts are formed by the partial replacement of H plus ion by basic radical. It is very simple to recognize the acid salt. Just you see that H will be there. So cation will be there, H ion will be there, and N ion will be there. By this way you can recognize. So just to see, acid salt contains replaceable hydrogen ion. So when they dissolve in water, they will give the hydronium ion and they will give all the properties of the acids. Acid salts contain replaceable hydrogen ion when they are dissolved in water. They will give hydronium ion or H plus ion, and they will give all the properties of acids. Since they are having the hydrogen ion, so when they are dissolved in water, they will give hydrogen ion or hydronium ion. So that's why they will give all the properties of the acid. So this is about the acid salt. Next, and one important next one is that normal salt. So second type of the salt, that normal salt. Normal salts are formed by complete replacement of replaceable hydrogen ion by basic radical. Very simple. Normal salts so normal salts are formed by complete replacement of hydrogen ion of an acid molecule by basic radical. So normal salts are formed by the complete replacement of hydrogen ion of adjacent molecule by basic radical. So just you see, in this sulfuric acid, two replaceable hydrogen ions are present. So if you take sodium hydroxide in excess amount, these two molecules, if you take, then both the hydrogen atoms will be replaced. So this will form Na2SO4 plus H2O. This is a normal salt. Normal salt. Then sulfurous acid H2SO3, it combined with sodium hydroxide excess amount. This will form Na2SO3 plus 2H2O. This is also normal. So one doubt I want to clear you, that if any acid is dibasic or tribasic is there, so that will form acid salt and normal salt, both the type of salt, because in that one partial replacement of H plus ions are possible. But if any acid is monobasic, so that will form only normal salt. For example, if you take that HCl, HNO3, they are the monobasic. So they will form this one, acetic acid. So they will form only normal salt. These acids are monobasic acid. So monobasic acid form only normal salt, because in that one partial replacement of H plus ion is not possible. Whenever it is possible, that complete replacement, because minimum one hydrogen atom should be replaced. Half of the hydrogen atom you cannot replace. So what will be the normal salt of this one? Normal salt NaCl, NaNO3, sodium acetate salt. This is the acetic acid. So sodium acetate. So these are normal salt. So you must be thinking that NaCl. So from the lower classes you are studying that common salt. So what type of the common salt now? So common salt is the normal salt at this stage. Common salt, what you are using in your food item, this NaCl is there, and it is coming in which category? It is coming in normal salt. So that you have seen the normal salt. Then one more point is given. Normal salt, they do not contain any replaceable hydrogen ion. So that's why they will not give the any property of the acid. So this normal salts do not contain any replaceable hydrogen ions. So normal salt do not contain any replaceable hydrogen ions. When they dissolved in water, they do not give H plus ion or hydronium ion. So they will not give any property of the acid. They do not give any property of an acid. So acidic property you will get in acid salt because they contain the replaceable hydrogen ion, but here they don't contain the replaceable hydrogen ion. So that's why you cannot get the property of the acid. And it is very simple to recognize the common salt, and so it is very easy to recognize the acid salt and that normal salt. In normal salt, replaceable hydrogen ions will not be there. Next one is basic salt. That third type of the salt, that basic salt. So basic salt. Next one is basic salt. So basic salts are formed by the partial replacement of hydroxyl ion. Basic salts are formed by partial replacement of replaceable hydroxyl ion of a diacidic or triacidic base by acid radical. Just to see this basic salts are formed by the partial replacement. As in the acid salt we have seen that the partial replacement of H plus ion, here the partial replacement of hydroxyl ion. But from which base we will replace? As partial replacement is possible if the base is diacidic or triacidic. If it is monoacidic, then partial replacement is not possible because it contains only one hydroxyl ion. And I want to tell you, whenever you replace positive ion should be replaced from the positive ion, and negative ion should be replaced from the negative ion. So here you are replacing OH negative ion, so that's why we use the acid radical, because negative acid radicals are the negative ions. So OH minus ion will be replaced by the acid radical. So just you see, this copper hydroxide is there. In this copper hydroxide, two replaceable H plus ion is there. And if you take this HCl less quantity, so this will form copper OH. This compound is called basic copper chloride. In the same way, if you take copper hydroxide, reacts with nitric acid, this less quantity is there, this will form that copper hydroxide HNO3 plus H2. This compound is called basic copper nitrate. So some more example for basic salt. Examples that will be the basic lead chloride, basic lead nitrate, and two more you have written here, that basic copper chloride, basic copper nitrate, etc. So what basic salt they contain? They contain what contains? That metal ions, hydroxyl ion, and acid radical. So in basic salt you will get metal ions, hydroxyl ion, and acid radical. So it is very easy to recognize the basic salt. Just to see, hydroxyl group will be there. As in the acid salt you have seen that H plus ions, hydrogen is there. In the same way the basic salt, hydroxyl group is there. So that is easy to recognize. Next one is double salt. So fourth salt is the double salt. So up to 3 you give the importance because this is given in the syllabus. But other salt as a reference you are studying, so directly they cannot ask the question. But as a reference you can study because in the coming topic we will use here. So next one is double salt. And the name is given, this double salt, it contains two salt. It contains two salt. And this double salt is prepared by mixing the saturated solution of the two salt. Double salt is prepared double salt is prepared by mixing the saturated solution of two salts followed by crystallization. The meaning is that just you take the two salt solution, mix it, then heat it to the point of crystallization. When you see that the crystals are about to form, just you leave it. So you will get the double salt crystal. So two examples are given, that potash alum. You are familiar with the 50 you are using. And another one is Mohr salt. This Mohr salt is ferrous ammonium sulfate. So potash alum, A2SO4, Al2SO4 whole thrice, 24S2. So two salts are there, potassium sulfate and ammonium sulfate. These two salts you mix it, saturated solution, and then do the process of crystallization. Mohr salt, that ferrous ammonium sulfate, ferrous sulfate, ammonium sulfate, 6S2. So this is called the Mohr salt, that ferrous ammonium sulfate. This is ferrous ammonium sulfate. So better you write that ferrous ammonium sulfate, so this Mohr salt is there. Mohr salt and potash alum, they are the double salt. Now the next one is mixed salt. So next type, that mixed salt. Mixed salt, two method of preparation is given here for the mixed salt. So mixed salt, that no method of preparation is given. It contains two or more than two acid radical or basic radical. It contains two or more than two either acid radicals or basic radicals. So example, just to see that sodium, potassium carbonate and bleaching powder is given. So in this one, just to see, this is the example of the mixed salt. It is given that it should contain two or more than two, either acid radical or basic radical. So these two, Na plus and K plus, two basic radicals are there. In this one, oxychloride and chloride, two acid radicals are there. So this one is sodium, potassium, potassium carbonate. This one is calcium. It is bleaching powder. This one is bleaching powder, what you are using at your home. And here two acid radicals are there. This one is called oxychloride, and this one is called chloride. So this way you can learn it. Mixed salt, that it contains two or more than two either acid or basic radicals. So two examples are given: sodium potassium carbonate and bleaching powder. Now the next one is that complex salt. This is the last one, complex salt. So this complex salt, it is also prepared as the double salts are prepared. Complex salt same method as the double salt is prepared by mixing the two saturated salt solution followed by crystallization. Same method you can apply here. And this complex salt contains one simple ion and one complex ion. So they contain one simple ion and one complex ion. You must be thinking what is simple ion. Simple ion, you should that Na plus K plus, these are the simple ion, and complex ion. So one example for the complex salt, K4 FeCN6. This is a complex salt. So when you dissolve in water, that will break into 4K positive FeCN6 negative. Just you see 4 positive, 4 negative. So this one is simple ion. That one is complex ion. In the same way, if you take sodium silver cyanide, if you dissolve in water, that will break into Na plus and silver cyanide. This one is simple ion, that one is complex ion. Many more examples are there, that tetramine copper sulfate, potassium mercuric iodide, then sodium zincate. So these are the sodium zincate, then potassium mercuric iodide. So these are the complex salt. Here this is the complex ion, this is the simple ion, complex ion, simple ion, complex ion, simple. Here only most of the cases, if you see, in complex salt big bracket is there, but here this bracket is not there. So just you go through your book. Types of the salt: acid salt, normal salt, basic salt. Contents you can underline. Basic salt contains cations, hydroxyl ion and anion. Examples are given: basic copper nitrate, basic copper chloride. Double salt contains mixture of two simple salt. Examples are given: potash alum and ferrous ammonium sulfate, Mohr salt. Mixed salt contains two or more basic radical. Examples are given: sodium potassium carbonate, bleaching powder. And then complex salt that contains simple ion and complex ion. So examples are given: potassium mercuric iodide, then sodium silver cyanide, sodium zincate, tetramine copper sulfate. So here we are going to stop this video. We have studied the salt and types of the salt, and first three are in a syllabus. So this one is most important. Whatever the question will be asked to you from this part will be asked to you. It is given as a reference. This complex salt we will use in chapter 5, that electroplating or electrorefining, electroplating we will use. So in that one question is there: why this sodium silver cyanide is preferred to the silver nitrate? So in that one we use the complex salt points. So that's why it is given. So these three you can study as a reference. But when these topics are related to some other topic and that topics are given in the syllabus, so they will ask the questions. But directly they cannot ask the question from double salt, mixed salt and complex salt. So give the importance for acid, normal and basic salt.